a lineup that has really been clicking and hitting for more power. A lot of dangerous bats in the middle. 1 and 2, Pavin, half swing. I think he went. No, did not. Held back. Fastball at 98 above the zone. 2 and 2. Robleski, we are seeing potentially the command questions Law had. He's 21 pitches, 10 strikes. Could walk quite a bit last year. Even in that stretch, Barberry's coming out. He's arguing. He thinks that was a swing. Barberry thinks Pavin came around on that heater. It has been a tough go lately for Oklahoma City. The baseball club has lost 6 of its last 8 games and have scored just 34 runs in those 8 games. And Barberry is frustrated about this call. Pavin on a half swing. And, ooh, close check. It was close, but it was not called a swing by the third base umpire, Mark Stewart Jr. But here comes Barberry again. Walking around and walking up the third baseline. Believe he was ejected. And Barberry's going to head out of here. Casey, I didn't see the call from Casey James ejecting Barberry, but it looks like he's going back and hitting the showers early tonight. So Barberry is gone, arguing a half swing from Pavin Smith. It's 2 and 2 instead. Pavin.
Brito with a pitch. There goes Avens. It's swung on a miss. Throw down to second base and not in time. Avens is safe. His team leading 26 steal. Oh, now they're sending Avens back to second. It must be umpire interference. Oh, it's batter interference. And Travis is really hot here. So Travis has been ejected. 2 batters into the bottom of the first. The ejections have gone up for Travis considerably lately. So Andre Lipsius is out on batter interference. Avens sent back to first. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the inning. It is the second time of Travis's 3 ejections. It's been by Casey James. The pitch on the way to Ryan Ward is fouled off to the left side.
Starts the inning off. There's the 1-2. A check swing. Did he go? No.
Well, I thought he might have waved
oh,
at
boy,
that.
that's, yeah.
I thought he waved at that.
Yeah, we'll take it. But,
he's hearing it from the Rochester dugout now. Look at the plate umpire, how upset Casey James is. Yelling back at the Rochester dugout.
I think LaCroix might get ejected here, assuming that's who's yelling, because he's now standing up shouting as the pitch misses inside, and he's been thrown out. Yeah, you could see that coming as Matt LaCroix was still yelling and up out of his chair. I don't know if that is LaCroix. I don't think that is LaCroix.
He's telling him he waved at that pitch.
That might be Brian Dahlbach. I think that's
who it is.
I think that is Dahlbach.
The only thing is now you're arguing. You're making your pitcher stand there and wait. You're trying to win the game. And they're making their own pitcher just stand there and wait.
And I think that's what LaCroix is trying to tell him as he continues to yell. His grief is with the home plate umpire, which was not.
I'd say put it on the first base.
That's what
umpire.
I don't understand why he's yelling, unless maybe the exchange he didn't like. But is this the check swing? This is where he got it. This is where he got ejected a little bit later on. But nonetheless, Dahlbach is Been ejected. It was not LeCroy, my apologies. The manager's still in the game, the hitting coach, Brian Dahlbach. It's the count full on Nunez. Malcolm swings and pops it foul to stay alive. This has been a weird game.
And a long one at that, too. We're not that far away from 4 hours.
Here is Byron Buxton, struck out his first time up. Jersey Jr. on at second. First pitch high and away with the fastball, ball one. So the first run that he has given up in 14 2/3 innings. The Saints snap that scoreless streak. 1 ball, no strikes on Byron Buxton. He is scheduled to play all 9 tonight. As that one cut on and missed, 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, the best laid plans of mice and men sometimes, you know. Just because you're told one thing doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Well, I think if he makes it through 9 tonight, that's going to be a really good sign for Twins fans moving into the weekend.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Byron Buxton not happy about the clock right now.
I think they just gave a strike.
They did.
Yeah.
And I could hear the tail end of that. How are you going to start the clock when something? I didn't hear the tail end of that. But I wanted to know why that clock was started. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Buxton. Hurts already and delivers. Taps that one foul. And the last thing you want is an angry Byron Buxton up there.
Yeah, you can tell he's still a little frustrated with how that went down.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the reason I bring that up is because sometimes a guy on rehab may say, look, I'm good and I don't need to go any longer, type of thing, when I say the best laid plans. But we were told 9 innings tonight. I expect him to go all 9 as he swings and misses, and down on strikes he goes, and the inning is over. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, they leave 1. We go to the 4th inning. Saints with a 1-0 lead. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network. Well, this is as we went to break here. Buxton's still hot about the pitch clock violation, and I'm pretty sure they tossed Byron Buxton there and not Toby. Buxton comes back, which leads me to believe he got tossed out of this ball game. I don't think I've ever seen a Major League rehabber get tossed before. I'm not saying it's never happened, but that is the case. Byron Buxton has been tossed out of this ball game. Well, that is the last thing you expected to see.
Yeah, now Jefferson Morales is going to take over and left. You can see him running out there. But yeah, I mean, that is.
Oh, boy.
You could see the frustration from Buck after he kind of flipped the bat off to the side. He was not happy with how that transpired. And yeah, that's shocking that he's going to be tossed out of this game.
Wow. I don't know what he said. I could only hear the tail end of that when he said, how are you going to start the clock? And then I couldn't hear the rest. And then after the strikeout, he was still upset. You can tell he is still hot. Now he's got to leave the dugout. He's grabbing his stuff, and to be very honest, they're not supposed to start this game until he gets back into the clubhouse, but they're going to go ahead. Couple of changes for the Saints. Randy Dobnak, the new pitcher. Jefferson Morales in center field, and with the Saints up 1-0 in the 4th for more play-by-play, man, he would love nothing more than to run me. Here's Steve Linsmeyer.
Moises Ballesteros grounds this one to the right side, scooped up by Prado. He'll lob to first, and there's 1 away. So Dobnak comes in, gets a quick first out. And for Dobnak, this is his 25th appearance of the year, 10-6, a 3.99 ERA, 112 2/3 innings, 114 strikeouts, 53 walks. Opponents hitting .265 against him. And yeah, Byron Buxton still hanging out in the dugout right now. The first pitch to Davis misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, maybe it's different for Major League rehabbers, but when you get tossed, you're supposed to head back to the clubhouse.
That pitch misses outside, 2-0.
He is like a predator, just walking back and forth to get his prey. I mean, he is still fired up about this.
Yeah,
you can hear you can hear him say, "You got to go." Although, if you're Byron Buxton, I mean, his response is, what are you going to do to me, right? Like, I mean, I'm more than likely headed back to the big leagues.
2-0 pitch outside, 3-0.
22nd of the year. 3-2 is called strike 3. Eaton does not have a challenge at his disposal for the second out of the inning.
That looked like a pretty good pitch. I don't know why he's complaining, but let's take another look at it here. It might have been a little bit high. But when you're out of chance.
At the strike 3 call in the top of the inning, and Willie Traynor heard enough. So with the new pitcher on, Carlos Hernandez, there was also an ejection, and now Mike Jersley is having his say with Willie Traynor. It's another ejection in this series. There have been a lot of players, and here comes Eaton out of the dugout as Traynor was going back and forth now. And Mike Jersley will get in the middle. Willie Traynor is not letting it go, and as a result, that's what, the 7th person to be ejected in this series?
Well,
I don't know what he said. I'm not making a judgment on that.
I know you can't argue balls and strikes, but I mean, you got to be able to complain a little bit.
Some latitude, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know what he said, and he wanted a challenge, but he's out of challenges.
But for Eaton to erupt out of the dugout like that after he'd already been ejected.
Well, he's got to get his money's worth.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch, called strike 3. And will they let Stone Garrett challenge? No, they will not. Garrett was down the line.
It's because he thought he had ball 4 before he heard the call.
Billy McMillan started to walk in, and they're going to eject. Is it the first base coach, or?
I think it was someone in the dugout.
It's Jake Alou from the dugout. Billy McMillan is down to defend his dugout. Whoever's coaching first, they use a player. He's wearing a sweatshirt. Couldn't tell who it was. They were yelling at the home plate umpire, Willie Traynor.
But the umpire's eyes were looking in the dugout.
But they were yelling at the dugout, and it was Jake Alou, like, vehemently yelling over top of the railing to the point where he knocked a piece of the dugout railing pad off. Billy McMillan is the one hashing this out with our home plate umpire.
And we see a sweatshirt come off. Jackson Clough takes his sweatshirt off there. Maybe will be the one to come in.
Conversation is done.